Little rodent's back. It's back. It's back. Oh, all righty. Hi, everybody.
Watched the game last night?
I did. I watched the game from my house, and man, just to watch that, it makes you hungry every time you see another team or somebody celebrate a championship. It just makes you dream those dreams you had as a kid, standing on the stage, holding the trophies up, all those things. So yeah, I definitely watched it. Fun to watch. Happy for those guys. Whole bunch of really good guys on that team. And I wish them, hopefully they win a whole bunch more.
Derek, you're a Laker fan, obviously, Kobe
Yeah.
fan specifically, but
Yep.
see this team in your backyard,
Yeah.
literally do it in the past 3 years. What does that do for you guys as motivation?
Yeah. I'm always been a Laker fan. Will be forever. Kobe's my favorite athlete all the time. Y'all know that. But especially when it's the hometown team, I always root for them. And just to see them, do that and see just what it does for our city. I feel like God placed those guys here. He placed us here on this team to impact this city. And so whenever, our city can enjoy good times like that, that's what it's all about. We love our fans. All the Warrior fans, most of them, are Raider fans. If they don't travel back across the bay, root for that other team. But it's just whenever you got something going on, always, in the Bay Area, there's really no better place to win. It's really cool.
We saw you hook up a couple times with the deep balls with Amari. Is that something you think is really kind of growing your rapport with you guys on connecting on those?
Yeah, it's something that we want to continue to grow at because, you hit on those deep balls. There's a couple times we've hit them early in games, and it gets in the not only the player's head that's guarding them, but the coach's head. Do you want to leave them on that island? What do you want to do? And then when you do, are they going to play hard over the top? Then you get everything else working for you. So working on that deep ball is always important to me and Coop. It's something that we work very hard at, and want to continue to hit a lot of those in the games.
Jack, you talked about, besides winning, of course, what builds a culture of success. What are ingredients in your mind to meet expectations that this team will have to build that kind of culture that either the Warriors have and championship teams have?
Yeah, I think it's something that started for us. How many years I've been here? This will be my 4th year now. 4 years ago, I guess. I think it's something that started then, and probably before me with a couple other guys. But I can just recall my time here is when you come in, and for us, our situation wasn't very pretty, and all we cared about is busting our tail, outworking everybody, and competing our tails off when we get in the games, and doing it with class and honor. We always respect our teammates, our opponents, but we fear nobody. And I think that when you watch a team like Golden State play, they obviously respect the team they're playing. Obviously, they got LeBron, Kyrie, all those things. There's no doubt in my mind, none of them were scared of them, and that's the kind of thing that you build, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that we've had to work on. It's something that we've had to get out of people's heads, that no, when we've put the work in, when we step on the field, we should expect to dominate. We should expect those things. And it's stuff, that all Super Bowl teams, all championships teams have that just quiet confidence about them. Some are less quiet than others, but, they definitely have that characteristic.
You have to believe before others, right?
I'm sorry?
You have to believe before others.
I have to believe. If I don't believe it, we're all in trouble. And then I got to answer some bad questions. So, I definitely have to believe it because it works from the top down, from Mr. Davis all the way down to me. It has to be the same message. And the message around here is all about winning. It's all about, obviously winning our division and win the Super Bowl. That's why we do this. Trust me, I don't like spending time away from my wife and kids if it's, for no reason. So, I definitely want to do those things.
You talked about you don't fear anybody out on the field.
Yeah.
But how important is that old Raider premise of people fearing you?
Yeah.
and teams fearing you?
I think that, nowadays, in sports, I don't think there's, I can probably guarantee you there's no one in professional sports that goes out there and is scared of somebody, but when teams come, they should expect a physical game. I think that's, it's not, I definitely would never say anybody's fearful, but they should definitely expect it's going to be physical. There should be a little heightened tension. There should be a little anxiety. I think that how Reggie and Coach Del Rio have built this team is in the trenches. And those are the guys that put the fear in people. It's not the quarterback. They may keep defense coordinators up at night, but it's not us. It's not the skill guys that scare people. It's those guys up front, man, because that's where it's won. And I'd take our group over anybody.
Derek, there's a couple instances today where you could see Jared Cook making a couple plays,
Yeah.
Marshawn doing a couple things. I know you tend to look at the team with more of a critical eye than a satisfied one.
Yeah.
For all you did last year offensively, how much better can this offense be?
Yeah. We definitely want to take another step. That's huge and hugely important to us. Is we've done some really, really good things, but obviously we've lost our last game. And that's the thing is how can we be more efficient? How can we be more effective at the right time, at the right moment, however it looks? And watching guys like Jared and adding guys like Marshawn, even though obviously we had a really good running back in Latavius, you had a guy like Marshawn. You had a guy like Jared, you had a guy like CP. You just keep adding guys to an offense that had a lot of guys to start with. And, our goal is to make sure that we don't take any steps backwards. And that is not talking statistically or anything like that. Those things come. But it's just the efficiency of how we run our routes, the efficiency of my footwork, the efficiency of how we pick up the blitzes, all of those things. And if we're getting better in those areas, those other things will fall into place.
Hey, Derek, when you talk about to that end, the impact of Todd Downing on this
Oh, yeah.
offense with his familiarity, one, but also
Yeah.
his own imprint, his fingerprints. What do you expect in how he'll call games?
Yeah, we'll see. I asked him, I was like, what's your first play going to be? I'm trying to, I want to know just like you guys want to know. But, we don't know yet, but what I do know is that he's a man of integrity. He's a loyal person. He's someone that deeply cares about each relationship in that building. Not just the players, not just the coaches, the equipment guys, the front office. He cares about every relationship that he has. So he's not ever going to be someone that you don't think has your back out there. And for players to know that when your coordinator has your back no matter what, every time you step on that field, if you make a mistake, he's got your back. He's going to try and help you get better at it. That is a relaxing thing. That is a calming thing. And if you can have that calming thing, well, at the same time, he does a good job of balancing his intensity. The man wants to win. There's no doubt about it. I'm the same way. I'll be nice and loving and all that, but I just had, one of my buddies, he's 19 years old. I was trying to dunk on him the whole time he was at my house. I'm not trying to take it easy on anybody, and he's the same way.
Are there any of the young receivers, first year, second year guys that have kind of jumped out at you on the field?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I could sit up here and tell you a good route or something they've all done. Just off the top of my head, we saw Jadon make a great play, at a good moment, had a silly dance at the end too. That's the cool thing is his personality showing in his second year. I think that he's a guy that creates matchup problems. KJ Brent, super smart, unbelievably smart. I mean, I've been up there. We didn't even install a certain play, and I kind of did it on the fly and threw it up there. And he knew exactly what to do, ran it perfect, and we were able to do it. And so, you think of a guy like Johnny who can outrun pretty much anybody. He's been doing that, but he's also working on his game on the little routes to not just be that guy. He knows he needs to do more. And then those three undrafted guys, you just look at them and you're like, man, these guys could be something. And they're definitely showing it, but they just got to continue. It's tough for them now. They got to stay in their playbook. We've been in this offense really 3 years. So they're doing a lot of catching up, so they'll catch up. And it'll be exciting to see what they can do during training camp.
What did you do your rookie year, that break between June minicamp and then late July start of training camp? How did you feel that as a rookie?
Same way I have every year. I work out throughout the whole week, get my lifts in, then I go out and get my running in, and then find some of my receivers, and if none of them are here, I'll grab Devontae, who's one of my best friends, and because he lives here in the off season, and we'll go throw. So always lifting, running, throwing, talking game, talking ball with my receivers, texting them questions, anything and everything. Just making sure we're on it. By the time we hit camp, we didn't just take a month break, not only physically but mentally.
You say that you would obviously take your line over anyone.
Yeah.
When it gets to the level they are and being compared, if not the best, with one of the best in the league,
Yep.
what can they do? Like, what have you seen from them as they've developed in your 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly the number of sacks we had, but it wasn't zero, And so I know those guys, they don't want any, So they always feel that they can be better, even if I held the ball too long. They're like, no, we got to protect it. You know, I was like, no, I held the ball way too long. You know, those guys take their job so serious. If I get hit, it like ruins their day. You know, and my relationship with those guys is just continuing to grow and learn that, you know, those guys are some of the most competitive men you'll ever be around. You know, they don't, you know, they get on each other. If even during a game I get touched, you know, on my jersey, they get on each other. So for that to be their mindset, it makes me happy to stand behind them.
Couple more for Derek, guys.
Del Rio was saying that one of the things you can improve on is taking more ownership of the line. Is that relative to making? Yeah.
He's going along those lines because, you know, with TD, he wants me to. My rookie year and this upcoming year, they're more, hey, at the line of scrimmage, get us in the good look, get us in the right play, but do it fast, kind of a deal. So I think that's what he's hitting on, is just making sure that, you know, I can take, you know, not doing it, you know, for a little while, you know, doing it here and there, obviously on my own, being silly, you know, but doing it all the time.
I mean, that's experience, right? Is that the benefit of?
Oh yeah, that's
the reps and
that's
time in the game?
3 years of playing games to where the TD can just say, man, just get us. Here's what I'm thinking. Just do it the right way, and you know, that's what we've been working on all off season.
Amari, to the naked eye, seems bigger. That kind of jumps out. But to you, maybe that's part of it. But what have you seen from him as he develops? He's only 22 still.
Crazy, right?
Forget,
Yeah, I told him, I said, man, you're going to have to, at the tail end of our career, talk me into it. You know, I think that with him, that just dog in him is coming out. You know, that thing that you saw at Alabama where he'd just take games over. And not to say that he hasn't, because he has. But I just think that it's not just becoming a thing of, you know, what game is it going to be? It's becoming a thing that's who he is. And DBs better know that he's really taking it serious, that he's trying to go attack them this year. You know, he's not going to let them come to him anymore. You know, and I think that just comes with age. But seeing him do it out here, we were just laughing, man. The guy's been going off all camp. You know, all off season. We were kind of just laughing about how impressed we are. Everybody, Khalil Mack, everybody, cameras. Oh.
There's a progression of things you work on throughout the offseason.
Yeah.
What do you look for to see at this week's minicamp? What do you see your teammates? What do you think you look for in terms of where you're at this stage?
Not the silly like penalties, not the silly like lining up wrong, making sure we're in the right formation, making sure like route depths are on point. Everything that we've been working on and, you know, the coaches have been teaching, let's not go out there and just throw a goose egg. You know, let's not go out there and it's this formation, come back over here. You know, when you break the huddle, it should look clean. You know, we don't want to break the huddle having guys going here and here, and I got to, you know, kind of play a game like this. You know, hey, you got this, drawing routes on my hand. You know, that's the thing, is when we go out there, you want to just look like a well-oiled machine. And I thought today that we did a good job for the most part. There were still a few things that you wish, like, dang, man, I wish that was a little cleaner. But besides that, that's really what you look for, you know, and obviously coming out healthy.
Hey, Derek, was it difficult for you to put behind the way last season ended, you know, from a mental standpoint?
Like losing the playoff game?
Well, and then being hurt and not being there and just the way.
Oh, my ankle? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how did you get through that?
I had my wife and my kids tackle me to make sure it was good. You know, that was a big part of it. You know, can it take a hit? You know, because after surgery, you don't want to touch it or anything like that. But I was over there hitting it, you know, all the time and making sure it was good. And trust me, it is. I've tested it a few times. But mentally, the hardest part was taking the first rep, because the last rep you remember was like, oh, snap, I broke this thing. But as soon as the ball was snapped, it kind of like it was a blessing, man. It just kind of all went away, you know. And, you know, and now I'm just playing ball again, you know. But leading up to it, I think that was the worst part, was the lead up, all the rehab. It's like, man, when am I ever going to be able to do this again? You know, it felt like it was never going to happen. But, you know, I was just thinking about it the other day. It's been so far in the past, it's like, I thought it was like last year, like 2 years ago, you know. So, yeah, I've completely gotten over it. But I have not gotten over the fact that we lost our last game. You know, I was really looking forward to our guys going on a run and, you know, making a chance to play in that Super Bowl. So that was tough, but, you know, we get another shot at it. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. All right. Yep. Thanks, guys.
Questions for Jalen Richard, guys?
What's going on?
Marshawn hasn't been here that long. What's it been like to learn from him so far? Just pick his brain a little bit.
Nah, it's been real cool, man, to sit back and learn from him. Obviously, me being as young as I am and him being as seasoned as he is, I've had chances to, you know, watch his highlights and stuff as I was trying to perfect my craft and things. So to actually have him here in person and have that physicality there and talk to him after each run and see what his thoughts were is real helpful.
You guys are different runners, but are there certain aspects that you can implement from him, just as a pro who's been in the game for a long time, how he takes care of his body or how he approaches the game?
Yeah, he's been instilling that all within me and all the other guys in the room, DeAndre and even Elijah, the young guy, just giving us his take on what works for him. You know, obviously everybody's body is different, so as far as different things, keeping your body fresh might be different. But the little things and the little tricks that he uses out there on the field as a running back, explaining to us how we could possibly implement that into our running style. So, again, like he's been very helpful to everyone in the room.
Obviously, a year ago this time, you're just trying to make this team. What's the off-season program like for you after a year?
I know what to expect. Again, I still have that chance. I am. You know, nothing's guaranteed every year. So, this year again, it's more calmer. You don't have as much stress. But again, I like feeling that need to continue to prove myself right and prove my spot here. So that's what I've been doing this offseason, and I look forward to training camp. Where I want to see my game grow, just continually to get better at everything that I do good. I definitely want to improve on pass blocking, and I definitely want to improve in every aspect of my game. Really, returning the ball, catching the ball, and getting more comfortable and more familiar with the plays, so that I can perform as best I can each run.
Do you see where maybe some of the other undrafted guys that are on this roster?
How was it? How'd you do this? How'd you overcome this and that? And, I give them and just enjoy the moment. You're here for a reason, and nobody's spot here is guaranteed, so you can always, make them keep you. And, that's what I did, and, I tell them they can do the same.
Adding Cordero, how dynamic can that return be with the two of you guys?
Man, he's fast. Like, he's fast. So, man, it's real cool. We've added some pieces, and to add him is really going to help us. This is going to do nothing but make us better, man. He's a fast guy, smart, and he works hard. I mean, he started to get me, his last 2 catches, early on in practice off the jugs, he runs full speed for about 20 yards after he catches them. I'm like, well, dang, I feel like he's outworking me. So maybe on my last 2 punts I catch, I need to run full speed, So he's been a motivation, talking wise to me, and also, me just watching him and doing what he does.
Anything else?
What does it do to you? You hear Christian McKenzie was talking about the undrafted free agents the team signs and how they come up and do well, and use you as an example specifically. What does it do for your confidence to hear that?
It's cool. I'm not, I feel like, I'm definitely, being used as a tool, just to show, not even just our team and the free agents here, but the free agents all around that, you don't have to get drafted to know that you can play in this league. There've been other people before me, a lot of, famous free agents that have, done great in the league. So, basically, I'm just an example of just, working hard, grinding hard, and just believing in yourself, and believing that you can play in this league even when everybody else thought you might have couldn't at the time. Making them believe that you can. So I'm just an example of that, and it's cool with me. I don't really feed into that too much, man. I just like playing ball, and I like helping the team win.
You guys were a really explosive offense last year. Now, when you see glimpses out there today of Marshawn and making a run, and then Jared Cook and Patterson. I mean, how much better can this offense be? I mean, it was already very good.
It could be way better, man. We obviously, added those pieces all over. And again, we can continually to get better as we continue to mesh with one another, as we continue. But, we're doing a good job of making all the pieces click, man. Everybody's being unselfish right now. Everybody's buying into what's going on. And we look forward to a great season, man. We got a lot of pieces, man. We got a lot of good guys that can make a lot of things happen with the ball in their hands. So we definitely want to be a problem for everybody, and I believe we can.
How's it been with TD at the helm of the offense?
No, it's been great, man. TD's been real hands-on with us, man. He's a smart guy. He's a fiery guy. And it definitely, gets us up there ready to go in practice too when him and DC are both fired up. You know, again, like I said, very smart guy. We're doing, he's tweaked a few things, but other than that, man, he's just been doing everything he can to make sure he gets the ball in the playmakers' hands, and we have a lot of those. So it's going to be real cool. It's going to be real fun this year playing offense for him.
Helping enable those playmakers. You guys have an offensive line. I mean, this is the only NFL offensive lineman you've ever known. What's that been like? Do you really appreciate, I'm sure you are, just what it's like to be behind those guys?
No, yeah, I've been able to appreciate those guys, man, especially, like you said, this is my first O-line that I've ever been able to experience. And then to see them get all the accolades after the season, I was like, dang, I knew I had a good O-line, but they're real good. So, I appreciate them. I'm sure DC appreciates them, and all the RBs in the room appreciate them because all the yards that we got last year were because of them, man. Those guys work real hard. Coach Tice coaches them real hard and well. Those guys are really, really smart. And again, they enjoy when we get loose. That's their kick of the day. So it's real cool having those guys, those DP, KO. Those guys are good on the field and off the field. So we have a lot of good chemistry going on right now.
Good. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, cool.
One-on-one. Okay. All right, guys. Questions for DeAndre? Any questions?
What's it been like with Marshawn coming in? I'm sure you talked to him about it. Anything you got off him already?
Yeah, I mean, he's an OG in this league, man. Been around for a long time, got a lot of experience. So, just being in the room with him, dissecting film, picking up pointers and different things that can help us, take our game to the next level has been definitely been huge. The few weeks he's been here.
How does your motivation change from being a rookie, trying to make your mark on the team, and going into your second season?
Yeah, I mean, each year, you look down, and each offseason you sit down, see what you need to work on, and just try to take that next step. And I think that's the biggest deal I've been trying to do this offseason. Just, I got a year under my belt now, got a lot more comfortable than I was this time last year. So just taking that next step and just being consistent.
Look back at last year, things you want to work out, things you pointed out like that, do that better, or what was your take on how you did last year?
I think it was definitely learned a lot. I think I came on a little bit stronger towards the end of the year. That just came with repetition, getting more reps, gameplay, and just being in this offense, getting used to the terminology and things. So now I got a better feeling, what the guys are going to do, what everybody's doing on the field instead of just what I'm doing. So that's definitely helped me going into this season.
You guys were a pretty confident bunch last year on offense, thinking you could score anybody, and a lot of times that you did. When you look at when you added Cook, Patterson, and Marshawn, and all those different pieces, I mean, how much better can you legitimately be?
Dangerous, man. I mean, you look on paper, it's crazy the amount of talent we got, but we still got to put the work in first and foremost. But we definitely feel like we can score, and play with anybody in this league, and we got the personnel, we got the the coaches, so it's just about going out and making it happen at this point.
Having the hometown basketball team win the title, is that motivation, or is it kind of something that fuels you a little bit? You feel that?
Oh, that's definitely. I mean, you see that the Bay Area fans, they're the real deal, and I think when the Raiders wins, it's a different type of excitement. So congratulations to the Warriors, and it definitely inspired us, to try to bring one back to the city.
All right, you guys good?
Hey, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
We're in the dark now.